Welcome back to Engineering 1182 News. We are joined today by the team of engineers that help save the world with their innovative and creative ideas. Frankie, I'm done with the coffee. Let's get to know them a little better. Hello everyone, why don't we start by introducing yourselves and the role you played in this very heroic and successful team.
Hi everyone, we are Team L. We're a group of engineers that designed AEV. My name is Alanis Molina. I was the data analyst.
My name is Claire Shaw. I was design analyst.
My name is Asia Curtis and I am the co-design analyst.
My name is Shreyas and I was the codec strategist.
Wow, seems like all of you had a very important role in the team. Please explain what was it exactly that you had to accomplish while working on this project.
So the mission for this project was to build an energy efficient AEV that would get from the start to the gate, stop, wait for the gate to open, go to the end, pick up the R2D2, come back again, stop at the gate, and then finish the run after the gate opens.
A lot of important information that I probably missed, but to summarize, you had to build an entire advanced energy vehicle, or an AEV. I'm sure you went through quite a lot of brainstorming. What were some of your initial concepts before you chose the one that eventually saved the world?
The first thing we had to do was brainstorm our own individual designs. My design had a T-shaped base, 2 wings on the side, and the propellers on the bottom.
My design also had a T-shaped base. It had 2 wings on the side, and the propellers were on the wings. And my pulley was the T-shape also.
My design used the cross-shaped base and the thinner arm.
For my design, I went about it a little bit differently. I created a rectangle base and then put 2 smaller rectangles going off the bottom, and then one of the motors and propellers were facing one way and the other one facing the other way, because the overall idea was to increase efficiency, and my arm was also a T-shaped.
So many possibilities. I'm sure it was difficult to reach a final working design. Would you mind explaining what were some of your obstacles that were faced during the design process and how you went about fixing those?
We also had trouble with the battery because it would run out of voltage and we would have to switch it after a few runs. Otherwise it would give us crazy errors with each run. And another problem that really bugged us all was the sensors, which would keep getting disconnected or would just stop working, and we had to replace them like twice in the entire year, and that set us back by a few large sessions each time.
Okay, so after facing those, what data and tests did you consider when choosing your final design?
Alright, once we basically had our design figured out, we did a couple of things in order to increase efficiency. The first thing we did was run the wind tunnel tests, and that helped us determine that the 30-30 propellers in the polar configuration would be the most efficient for us. We also decided to run our AEV slower, covering a large amount of distance in a short amount of time, and that helped us increase efficiency as well.
So we've heard and seen your initial designs and all the tests and data and everything you analyzed in order to reach a final design. Why don't we take a look at the greatest AEV created that saved all of our lives?
So we started off with a T-base, and that wasn't working for us because balance was such a huge part of our success criteria. So we switched to a simple rectangular base because we figured everything would be able to be centered and balanced on that base.
This was a very difficult task you guys undertook. Anything else the group learned from this project?
So one of the main things we learned is the importance of teamwork. The success of our overall mission wouldn't have been completed without work from every individual group member. And then, like Asia said earlier, we had a lot of trouble in the beginning, in the first labs with time management, but after we started to get used to it and get to class early, like put together the AEV, we were able to get a lot more things done in lab.
Everyone give a big round of applause for the team that allowed the Rebel Alliance to win against the Galactic Empire.